Miles Cruz appeared in court for a probable cause hearing, but no formal charges were filed against Cruz. And all the documents in the case are sealed. Cruz was booked into Brown County Jail Wednesday by Pere Police, just a day after an incident on the East River Trail in Pere, where a woman was attacked and her baby was found several yards away. In court Friday, Cruz's attorney described his client as a runaway who was sleeping in parks. Although prosecutors did not detail the charges, defense attorney Michael Crosby made reference to an attack on a trail, but did not specify when or where that attack occurred.
I don't see anything in this that connects him to the case aside from a statement by another individual who was on the same trail at the same time that he saw Miles walking behind the eventual victim in this case. There's nothing linking Miles to that attack at this time.
At such bond hearings, it's normal procedure for prosecutors to recite the charges and evidence. Instead, Brown County District Attorney David Lassay filed a sealed probable cause document.
Obviously, it's unusual that we file a written probable cause rather than file a criminal complaint at this juncture, but I think that the probable cause statement outlines the reasons for that and that the investigation is ongoing. I do think there are sufficient facts to support the allegations that are set forth in the last paragraph of the affidavit.
The court commissioner issued an unusually high bail for Cruz, a $1 million cash bond. The commissioner noted the potential risk to the public and that Cruz could pose a flight risk. Lassay asked for 10 days to prepare a criminal complaint. A balance of initial appearance was set for October 19th. After court, Crosby declined to comment to Fox 11. Fox 11 asked Lassay if the case is connected to the East River Trail assault, but Lassay declined to answer, saying doing so would contradict the sealing order. Pere Police issued a statement Friday on the trail investigation, hours before the court appearance, saying because of the highly sensitive nature of the trail incident investigation, we have nothing new that we can report or comment on at this time. We are continuing to actively investigate this incident and hope to be able to make a statement on the progress of the investigation early next week.
5 weeks into the Packers season, bars near Lambeau are seeing business rise close to pre-pandemic levels. But COVID-19 challenges are still here.
It's also still sort of complicated to navigate because we try to adhere to CDC regulations and try to keep everybody as safe as possible.
Emily Legner's been an assistant manager at Hinterland Brewery for about a year. Their numbers have seen a significant increase when compared to the same time in 2020.
I would say that we've probably at least doubled as far as what we're bringing in during the season.
While figures are up at Hinterland, employment numbers are still down. Legner adds while they're fortunate to be in better shape than other area bars, they still had to close doors due to staffing.
Just a few months back, we had to close for a little while just to make sure that everybody on staff was healthy and that we were keeping everybody safe. There are so many shifts to pick up at this point.
Hinterland isn't the only one facing a staffing issue this year. Here at D2 Sports Pub in the Stadium District, they're facing the exact same thing. This was the scene close to halftime during the Packers-Bengals game. Tony Seehafer says they're trying to make the most out of a tough situation.
Anybody who calls in, it's a body missing, but still, like, we're able to cover it and we make it work. But are we short-staffed? Absolutely. Everywhere in Green Bay is. Yeah.
And unless more employees are added to payroll, those issues are expected to continue through the Packers football season. In Ashwaubenon, Nick Harrington, Fox 11 News.
The Duck Creek Delta is known to be one of the most important emergent wetlands in Green Bay and beyond for waterfowl especially. And as a result of high water over the last few years, we've lost a lot of that emergent vegetation.
Green Bay Restoration Project Coordinator Amy Carozino-Lyon says the new restoration project is designed to maintain that environment. Instead of using large rocks, the wooden break wall was installed in 3 sections, stretching about 2,000 feet. She says it is designed to protect wetlands in the area while improving habitat for aquatic life. The break wall isn't the only project in the area.
It all works together, when you can build habitat next to habitat.
Ducks Unlimited regional biologist Brian Glenzinski says improvements at the Ken Ewers Nature Area complement this latest initiative.
We can have the food sources in that Ken Ewers unit that waterfowl are looking for, and then hopefully over time we'll develop a nice roosting area and additional food resources for waterfowl out in the bay.
Experts say it is a long-term process and it could take years for changes to really appear. However, officials say the stumps present a new navigational hazard, so boaters and hunters need to use caution in the area. In the meantime, scientists will keep their eyes on the new woody breakwater.
It's going to be something that we'll have to just see how it goes and see what happens with the ice this winter, as well as any storms that we have in the next few years and how they might impact the structure. But minor adjustments are expected and will be done as needed.
Every industry has had its staffing impacted by COVID-19. Healthcare isn't any different. Right now, that's ThedaCare's focus. They request that all exempt employees or salaried team members provide 8 hours of work every 1 to 2 weeks. As for recruiting talent, applications for all roles are being accepted, with sign-on and referral bonuses being offered for specific roles. Team members who sign up for shifts will work for 6 weeks to start, and the time frame will be evaluated due to staffing needs and COVID activity in the region. Meanwhile, Dr. Brad Burmeister says hospitalizations of COVID-19 patients have leveled out across the state. But in northeast Wisconsin,
we are, not enjoying that peak that the rest of the state is seeing.
Burmeister says the region has seen a 10 to 20% increase in ICU stays and hospitalizations for those with COVID-19. And those aren't the only numbers concerning hospitals. Between September 22nd and October 5th, COVID patient hospitalizations grew by 19% in the Northeast region. When compared to the rest of the state, all other areas haven't seen any significant change in hospitalizations. ICU bed availability in Northeast Wisconsin is slim too.
There's only maybe 6 out of 300 beds in northeastern Wisconsin and the Fox Valley. Those are intensive care beds that are currently available. And that's a pretty significant shortage, which makes taking care of people who have COVID and don't have COVID and making sure that they can get upstairs expeditiously to continue their care.
Dr. Burmeister adding plans are in place to work with the lack of space in hospitals.